In this first Berserker Khazan video, guys, I'm going to be showing you a detailed guide on how to master the Viper boss fight. This boss fight can be a royal pain in the ass, especially for newcomers playing the first Berserker Khazan. He is the third main boss in the game. The reason why I'm starting off with him is because the first two you get to play in the demo. So I was able to record this fight, and I thought it would be cool to put together a boss guide, especially for newcomers playing the first Berserker Khazan, because it's a fantastic game, but this guy can be a royal pain in the ass because he has 2 health bars, and he's got a lot of different combos that you want to look out for. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first things first, let's go over some of the combos that you want to look out for in his first phase. The first combo that you want to look out for is where he winds up his staff and follows up with a spinning attack, and he'll usually do this a few times before he gets to half health, because sometimes he can follow up with a third attack, and if you're able to block all 3 of these, then you can stun him for a moment to get in some free damage. Now his second attack is where he winds up his spear with a few spins, and then he'll do a follow-up attack, and then usually right afterwards he will try and do a follow-up 2 attacks after that. So he'll see he jumps up and he goes for an attack, but I was able to interrupt him with one of my attacks, so be careful for this one, as you think you're safe, but then he will try to follow up with 2 more after that. And then right after this, he will usually do a jump attack where he leaps backwards, and then he usually follows up by throwing his staff at you. If you're able to brink guard the first throw and then just move off to the right, then the second time it comes back, it usually misses. But if you're able to brink guard both of these, then yeah, that's pretty cool. But I would say for beginner's sake, I would just try to brink guard the first throw, move off to the right, and then it usually misses you every single time. Alright, so now that you've gotten his health bar halfway through, then he usually does this tornado attack, and if you stand too close, it can reel you in, so you want to make sure that you want to try and just avoid it altogether by moving backwards, and then wait for the animation to finish. And now while in this phase, he will sometimes leap backwards and then follow up with a grab attack, which you'll see the little light burst on the tip of his staff, and that means that he's about to grab you. And now in this case, you always want to dodge to the right. Every time I try to dodge backwards or to the left, he always caught me somehow. So when he's about to wind up for this, always just dodge to the right, and then he will pretty much never hit you, and then you can just follow up for some good damage. And then he likes to also do these jumping attacks here like you see in the background gameplay, and these hit a little later than you think they do, so make sure to brink guard these as best you can. If you block too early like you see here, then your stamina will be depleted almost instantly every single time. Even if you have a full bar of stamina, it will completely deplete your stamina bar, so make sure to either dodge out of the way at the right time or get that brink guard off a little bit later than usual. 2 other attacks you want to keep note of is this throwing spinning attack, and make sure that you don't want to stand in this. Just simply dodge to the left or right. The move does not track you, so sometimes he will just step back, throw the staff, and then it'll just spin in a circle like this. So make sure that you just step off to the side and make sure to don't stand in it. And then lastly, he does have this jumping attack if you do keep your distance. I've noticed this every time that he would be a little bit far away from me, he would do this jumping attack. Simply brink guard this or dodge off to the side, and he does have a slight delay after he does attack, so that way you can get some good damage in. Alright, now moving on to phase 2 of the fight. Yes, he does have a second health bar like I mentioned, so if you thought that you killed him, you didn't, and make sure to save as much health items as possible. Basically, you want to try and master the first phase and then get ready for the second phase, as he's slightly harder to see because the lighting in here is a little bit difficult. Plus, midway through the fight, he does have a mechanic where he kind of completely shuts out all sight, and you can only see his eyes. He's got some new moves, obviously, as you can see here in the background gameplay. So let's get ready for the second health bar. Alright, so one of the first combos that you're going to come across is he does a simple 2 swipe attack, and then usually if you stand too close to him, then he will do a follow-up third attack that is unblockable, that I like to just simply step off to the side as soon as you see him reach up past his back. So you'll see him wind up this attack, and as soon as he's about to go over his head, I dodge to the right, and then you want to try and get him in for some damage really quick here. So look out for this a simple 2-claw swipe with a slam attack. His next attack is a simple ground slam attack, and then if you stay close to him, then he will follow up with a claw uppercut attack that you can easily brink guard this as well. His next attack is he does with his sword are 2 rapid slash attacks that you can just easily brink guard. So you want to be able to block these 2. As soon as you see the first swipe, get ready for the second one right away. And his next attack, where he does a roar, he'll do a sword swipe followed up by a few claw strikes, and then sometimes he does do a 4th claw attack where he leaps towards you. So once he roars, usually I like to just stay out of his area until he's finished his combo, then you can come in for some damage. And then followed up by keeping distance from him, he does have a throw attack where he'll pick up a giant boulder and try to throw it at you. As soon as you see him wind up the throw, you can just dodge off to the side to dodge this attack. And another attack is he drags his claw on the ground with an uppercut followed up by a sword plunge that you can easily get in some damage after brink guarding this. So once he drags the claw onto the ground and the sword plunge, does have a brief delay, so you can get a combo in real quick. Alright, so now for the final part of the fight, once you get him to about half health, he does this tornado attack once again, which can suck you in and everything turns dark and the only thing you can see is his eyes. Now at this point, hopefully you can get his stamina bar down quite a bit by the time you get him to half health. But he does these leaping attacks just like in the first phase, and again, these do have a slight delay hitbox, so you don't want to guard too early, otherwise he will punish your stamina bar, and then he will pretty much just keep this until he has finished his combos, and then after this, the arena will be light again. And then usually once he's done, he does a giant slam followed by a sword plunge, and then it goes back to the regular arena. And once the darkness subsides, it pretty much goes back to the movesets that I just explained once the second phase starts. So with all of that, guys, this pretty much concludes the Viper boss fight guide. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel, as we got more content coming your way with more First Berserker Khazan and more, as we are a variety gaming channel. So if you want to stay up to date with all of our videos, make sure to click the notification bell so that way YouTube can notify you guys when our videos go live. If you guys have any more tips and tricks with this boss, feel free to leave them down in the comments below and help out our fellow gaming community. But that's going to be it from us, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.